Again, this is old man PHP. I create PHP videos, tutorials for you guys who want to learn a new skill, compete with the young crowd. This is video 94. But what I want to do is I want to break those videos to like several different sections. I'm going to make them like A, B, C, like that, 94A, 94B, 90. The reason why I do that because I did promise I was going to talk about more of object-oriented programming. The paradigm, based on the concept of objects. We talked about it on our last few videos. And on some of the things that I created using HTML and JavaScript and those other things, I'm going to be adding to the actual, remember the template? Remember this one? You can have it part of whatever you want, and you can put it at the bottom, you can put it in between here, whatever you want. Set different section that by using that as a template, the actual scripts I'm going to be showing you, you can kind of put them in here, and then you can have a really big template that you always can go visit when you need a new project. And as I mentioned before, that the OOP, right? It has objects that contains data and attributes and properties and fields. You got functions, which we call methods. And remember we talked about how you're better off learning that because you could better organize and reuse and do maintenance to your code. The reuse part is like you can, for different types of projects, you can reuse a lot of stuff, and then of course when you copy it over, you can change it for that particular project. So, and I know that I already told you. So basically, what is PHP? I'm going to say it again because my wife was telling me that she gets into PHP too, and she works for Pfizer. So they do a lot of different things. And she said that she's heard. Some people have heard, which some of my videos. This is crude, but hey, they know I'm an older guy, and my voice goes. It's the way it is, And I'm just trying to show the old guys, and they did tell me that they learned a lot of stuff that they didn't know, which is nice. I mean, it's kind of strange that you're working for a company and well, that's okay because you know what it is when you start learning stuff, you get to do a lot of things. You get to learn a lot of the lingo, and then when you're doing it, actually you know you can use a lot of that stuff when you're doing your programming project, but when you do so much of it, you kind of forget the lingo part, like the really deep stuff. So they said they learned from me, and it was kind of nice. But they complained. They said that the object oriented I was going too fast. That I showed, and one person said, "Yeah, it was a great idea that you showed kind of like what it looks like." And because a lot of people don't want to wait to go through the course. I just don't understand it because when I go through a course, I want to go from the video number 1 all the way down. And for books, it's a little different because I go to the back of the pages to see if what is that, the index stuff, and then to see if it's there. And if I see that I like it, I go to that page and I go look at it, and then I go, yeah, this is what I like, so I'll buy the book. So real quick, I'm just gonna say, just real quickie. This is just a short video. I'm not gonna go nuts because I want to do other things and tell you about a lot more things of object-oriented programming. So, what is PHP? You already know. I already talked about it. Hybrid text preprocessor. PHP. I guess the pre will be the first P, hybrid text the H, and then processor the P. I would have just did HPP, but hey, that's what they picked. Anyway, it's a server-side scripting, right? We already talked about that language that is embedded in HTML, or you can put it in front of the HTML before the HTML doc type. You can do that, or within. You know, you can embed it like all over the place. And that's kind of like procedure programming, and I like it. Like I told you, I love it, but it can get a little spaghetti. Like I'm gonna explain to you in a second. So in a series of lessons, right, we will explore the code, core concepts and terminology of object-oriented programming. I think I already talked about a lot of it already. Classes and objects. A class is a blueprint, right? An object is the instance of that class. Then you got your properties, you got your methods, properties that are, you know something, I think maybe I should, wait a minute. Let's go here. I'm gonna, whatever it is that I talked about, I'm gonna write it all here, then I'm gonna turn it into a TXT and put it in the description so that way you can have it. So in case you wanna create your own reports or book or, you know, handbooks, I'll have that for you. Maybe we can just start right now. We could say OOP is a programming paradigm. How do you spell that? Let me look this up. What is this thing? Let me get the phone. Paradigm. Oh, okay. I'm spelling it right. P-A-P, P-R-A, P-A-R-A-D. Okay. GM. Okay, let's see. We're going to say based on the concept of objects. Let's put it like this. I'm going to probably type this whole thing anyway. I'm not going to do the because I'm pretty sure you don't want me to be. Okay, let me just use it. These objects. Something's wrong with my chairs. Okay, these objects can, let me see, contain data, like I mentioned, in the form of fields. Let me see. I want to see how can I don't know. Just let me see. How about we say often called attribute or properties, right? I mean, I've mentioned this many times already. So we'll do this, and then and I'll give it to you ready, so that way you can just download it, right? I'm going to give you a code in this video. Just want to give you some. Let me see. How about we just continue? I'll say, you know something? How about if we break this down a little bit? Let me see. How about if we kind of do it like this? That way, if I have keep it lined up like this, and then you can kind of fix it up the way you want. Okay, we're gonna say, how about, what is that? Code in the form of procedures, right? I didn't mention that. Procedures, and in OOP it's called, let me see, often called methods. Sorry. Like that. What do you think? Good? This, let's say, this approach. Wow, my fingers are not doing? Let me see. You're not doing great, man. I just came from a 3-mile walk with the dog. And he was beat. Although it wasn't too hot. I was, we're going uphill. And he's a small dog, though. Faster. Reusable, right? I said that it was reusable. I'm spelling that wrong. Let me see. It was reusable. And say the maintenance of it. I don't know. Let me see. And the maintenance of code. Yeah, I guess I could say that. The maintenance of code. Right? And then I'll say here, I'll put it in as, how about I would do the question, what is a PHP? Like this, how about that? And then we'll say PHP, let's put this in parentheses. X pre, I used to get this wrong all the time. Processor. Oh man, buddy. You know, I only had 2 cups of coffee early this morning, about 4:30. I feel like having one now. Server. We could say that it's a server side, right? That's what I mentioned. Scripting. Language that is embedded into HTML. It is widely used for developing. I wish I was like those people that can really type hard and fast. Maybe I should practice it. Dynamic website and web application. That's what I mean. Oops. See what I mean? It went off a bit. So what color? Wait a minute. Why is this? How do we do this? And do this like that. Then we'll do. That's it. We could do it. So what else I was saying? So the object-oriented program, right? You cannot go wrong. I mean, you're gonna love it, and you've seen it already. How we can do things. I know it's simple stuff, but once you start getting like really deep into some heavy-duty things, you're better off doing it. But I'm gonna tell you one now that not all projects is great with OP. Procedural programming, I think for me, most projects you will use that style. But you know, but with object oriented, it's pretty much good. And I use it a lot for the connecting to a database and pulling out stuff and updating stuff and deleting records. Great stuff to do. And all you have to do is once you write it, you use it all the time. You just have to replace the name of the table and the database credentials. And that's how you would, you know, always have something. And you don't only that, you know, you can print it out, look at it, write it into, try to memorize as much as you can, learn it though, and find out where you can find information to help you out when you need it. I'll give you a whole listing of, maybe at the bottom of it, of the video, in the description. I think I'm going to add some things there. Just not just the name of the file. I guess what I want to talk about right now is the key, right? The key concepts of it. Let me see. I'm gonna put it over here. Key OOP. Yeah. Terminology. Let's go that way. Yeah. Let's see if I do that. Oops, I think I'm missing something here. Key. Yep. Let's do. What's going on here? Oh, okay. How about if we do it that way? Then we'll have. Let me see. Let's talk about what is it? The classes. Remember, I told you everything is a class, and then you got your object. How about we? What really is it? Let's say a class is a blue print, right? And oops, and an object is an instance of that class. That's not really good, right? Then you really say properties, because I've been talking about this, properties and the methods. Like that. And we'll say properties are the variable of a class, of course, because that's what you've done, right? Data you will use, of course, and methods are the function. That would be good. So I can make it a little longer than the functions of a class. Which is the behavior. Behavior. Like that. Let's cut this guy down a little bit. Don't worry, on the other ones I'm going to show you, and I will have examples. Nice examples, okay? Don't worry about it. You will learn. Let me see. I hope you've been learning ever since. We got inheritance, of course, and instantiation, exploration. Something is missing here. Oh, boom. And then I'll say inheritance. This is so you can have an inheritance. Allows a new class to adopt properties. Yes, that's how you spell it, man. Properties and methods of an existing class. When we talk about it, we use the extends keyword. Remember that one? Now the instantiation. As well. Instantiation. Okay, this is the process. I want to say. Oh my God. The process of creating. Let's see. Creating object from a class. What else can we say? What else do we have? Oh yeah, we got the getter and setters. Okay, getter and setters. special methods used to control access to properties of a class. I hope, because I'm trying to break it down, you know, so we can let's see. I'm gonna keep this as a txt, and then I will say no, it says PhD there, but I'll have it. You can have it as a PhD. Just make sure you to get to it. You do what you call it, a text. So that would be easier for you to you know, get to. And remember the constructor, so we do have one as CS2. That's the number one. I should have put that before that one. Constructors, but this one gets done right away the moment you create an object. And I should keep this stuff. Hopefully I'm going to keep this. Hoping you don't mind, guys. I'm going to keep this, man, since I am typing. A constructor is a method to object is created. A destructor is a method when an object is destroyed. Obviously, this did not work great because I misspelled this. Let's see, this is and I'm going to put this in real line. This is and then what you do is when you make your thing, put it inside Pages or Word, or put it in make a PDF and keep it. And just create a little notebook that has information. How about that? What else do we have? I mean, we talked about. Did we talk about abstraction? Okay, abstraction. No, that wasn't that. It was called abstract classes, right? We'll talk about that. We'll talk about the interface. Oh, we did talk about the interface. Now I remember interfaces. And then we got this thing called traits. We'll talk about that too. Let's get this going over here for you. Let's say that these are advanced or OP concepts, which I use, but wait a minute, what's going on here? That we use, let me see, what do we use it for? For building, let's say building and just say something else. Oh, it's robots. There you go. Let me see. We should keep this before I use it. Since I already created the update. My machine has been very slow. I couldn't even log on to my cloud yesterday. It was crazy. Alright, so let's continue real quick. Let's see. Just say I will also cover the magic. But since we're doing it together, we say we will also cover magic methods. Let's see which special functions PHP. Of course, obviously, you know that. That's start with a double colon, remember? Double. What's that underscore? Oh no, this is different. The statics is the double colon. The underscore, my feet is killing me. Like that, right? Let's put this over here. And then we'll do real quick some example. Maybe I should show you examples. Let's see. Which include okay. Let's see. Remember we talked about the double setter, set, get construct, which we just did. We'll do get set. Oh man, construct. My knees acting up again. Maybe that's your call. We didn't talk about call. It's the same thing as get, but yeah, I'll show you when the time comes. How about that? And then we have the to, remember that one? To string. And then we will, let's see, that's save it, just in case. Do I have anything else? Maybe I could just, I don't know. I mean, I could start talking about the actual benefit, but I'm not going to do that because we're not going to get too long. Listen, I'm going to put it in a text so I see that way you understand. We're going to be talking a lot about these things and show you some other example, easy stuff, but I think I already showed you the, where is it? Is it in here? Design one? Where was it here? Yeah, this one, remember that one? Using the HTML and of course calling out PHP and then putting it into the video. I think I showed you all that stuff already. Listen, I wanted to mention also before we go that I created the this is what we just talked about earlier. Man, I haven't cleaned it. Oh yeah, remember what I was telling you, like right here. Let's see, buddy. Like here, remember the graphs? I don't know why my browser is not letting me, or is it maybe the company itself? But we have, where is it? No, that's not it. See? These are the forms. With that little space that I keep showing you, this will appear in it. So that way you can have a chart for this one and maybe another one, or these guys. So I'll put this in the description below, so that way you can visit it and look at it. And then I already showed you how you put it in. So why my browser's not showing, I don't know. Maybe this is just an example. You gotta buy into it, I don't know. But it says here download PHP chart samples, and I did that. Well, you can change the actual data, but I guess when you buy into it, you get to keep that piece, so that this works. And another thing that I would like to show you too, not that one, is this one. This one is okay, see this? I'm going to show you how this is done. Right, simple stuff using HTML. I think you should have it anyway. Then you can also add it over here as part of your templates. Where is it? Right, so when you want to, like, let's say you can put it on your phone, right? Real quick, make your, I'm going to turn a lot of these things into an app, and it's going to be in the store. You can get it from the store. It'll be free. But for now, you can just put this, right? Pull it up on your browser, on your phone, and there's a section there you can make your own little button for this. Not everybody can see it as a button, but you will see it as a button. And then whenever you go to the store, just pull it up, this open up, and just say, hey, you want an egg? Let me see, what is it? Eggs, and then you include it, right? Then you say what? Bread. Show how that's done, right, buddy? And then I'm going to show you what is that, milk. And it's a great idea to have this, because I'm going to do a dynamic big project dealing with household, like keeping bills and stuff like that, which I'm going to be doing. And if you add it, look, but if you want to get rid of one, you could. See, it comes up with that message. And if you want to add something here, you can just say edit. Comes up here, say S, close it, go, S. Alright, and then the other one I also want to show you, I'm talking about before I start going into Laura, is I'm getting into AI with PHP, and hopefully I'll learn Python. And for now, this is, look, I showed this is one of those POS systems, when you go to a restaurant. So I'll show you how this is done too. I know it's simple, but I'll show you. It doesn't have buttons to delete like this one, and we could do that. Let's say you wanted, we already have the hamburger right here. Let's say you want pizza. Look at that. This has the pizza. This is the total, right? You want the soda, maybe you want the fries. And then, of course, you got the checkout, which is going to show you that it costs $26.99. Of course, I don't have taxes added to it, but I'm going to show you this stuff anyway. The beginning parts of this, the whole thing that you see here. I also got a little style when I do it right here. Look, it's the cloud, right? I call it the cloud. Call it whatever you want. But this is the thing that you connect to machines. So like when you're in a restaurant, you're using a laptop or another laptop, one of those, what do they call those things? iPads. And you go like this, and there's going to be connections to that network. And then what happens is, anytime you pick this and say, look, see the thing, donuts, this is sandwich, and you do the water. You got this, you do the checkout. Right now we're only seeing it like this, and then what happens is it'll go straight to, it gets calculated, and then you have to pay that money, and then the people in the back that is actually doing the food will see that information. So I'll teach you how you do this, and it's simple. Because all we're not using PHP. We're going to be using HTML and Java. Let's say JavaScript. And of course, if I got time, I'll add it into the PHP, so that would be in a database and that kind of thing. And what else do we have? We have the cloud, and that's basically it. That's all machine. Well, by the way, I'm on Reddit. Anyway, that's what we're going to do. So I reached the bottom. Hopefully you did enjoy. And it's going to be in the description as a text file, so all you have to do is download it. And you'll be alright. That way you can keep building up. And the next one, I'll show you how to the setting up and the benefit of PHP. Now, listen, once you connect to something like name hero or something else, you'll be able to have cPanel and all the good things that come for you so that way as you as a programmer, developer, that you do your job and work, and I'm showing you already how that's done. And that will be it. So I'm just gonna show you how to, and I'll show you that I use I use a lot of stuff. I use Wrangler. I use a lot of stuff. Atom, Wrangler. I use it depends on what I'm doing. I just use it. I like to have a whole bunch of stuff working. Probably why that's my machine is so. But anyway, we reach at the bottom. Just give me a like. Simple thing that's gonna help me out. And until next time, good night.